I have a way that I want to be in life. Like I have a goal of where I want to go. And I will sometimes make choices that aren't in alignment with who I'm committed to being.
Oh my gosh, it's a no wonder I never get to the goals like that I have for my health and my body. I would get this dopamine experience, which obviously we don't realize that's happening. Like you can put anything in there. When you crave that, your brain is saying, hey, we need that dopamine fix because it feels good.
What are the moments that you find you will give up who it is you're committed to being and making a choice that's not in alignment with that for a short-term gain? It might have to do with the shopping, or it might have to do with alcohol or drugs or
pornography. I mean, it can be anything that you're looking for satisfaction in. We never will find true satisfaction because now you can actually look at and have a choice. Do I really want to do this? Do I really?
Hey, I'm Travis.
And I'm Adele.
And we are The Noble Marriage. We hope that through our channel, you will be inspired and motivated so that your marriage will be all that God created it to be. Hey, and welcome back to Coffee and Conversations. And today we're going to be talking about how I make choices in life that don't line up with who I'm committed to being.
Or really what you want to achieve or get out of life.
Yeah.
And typically it's for a short-term satisfaction that we are giving that up.
Right.
Yeah. So we are coming off of an amazing month of January where we spent the whole month in prayer and fasting. And I think it was like day 4 or day 5. The devotional that we were going through was about the story of Jacob and Esau. I want to just share like how the Lord spoke to me in that moment of how I see myself in their story. So if you'll
it's
tell the
Genesis 25, 19 through 34. And it's the whole story of Jacob and Esau. But I'll just concentrate like on the end part. And that is Esau liked to go out. He was a hunter. He was an outdoorsman. Jacob was not. Esau had the favor of his father and Jacob had the favor of his mother. Favoritism in the family, I mean, it automatically doesn't sound like this a very good, healthy relationship that they had going on. But Esau comes back in from the being out in the wild. He was famished. He was so hungry and he wanted some stew that Jacob was cooking.
In fact, he even said, I'm dying here.
Right. He was so hungry. He made the comment that he was dying. And Jacob saw an opportunity to be like, okay, I will give you food if you will give me your birthright. And in that time, birthright was everything to a family. So the father normally would give the birthright to the firstborn son, and the firstborn son would get most of all the belongings when the father dies, and would carry on the birthright of that particular family, and it would keep going off of that. It's a huge deal. He gave that up for soup. And so he says yes to Jacob. I will give up my birthright. I agree with that. And it says that Jacob gave him some bread and some lentil stew. And it says that Esau ate it and got up and left. And then he despised his birthright. And initially, Adele, when I first read that, I was thinking, I read it lots of times.
Yeah, I've heard this story over and over. Each
time I read it or hear it, I always think, that's crazy, that's stupid, Esau, that you would do that. We have the benefit of looking at it from a perspective further in the future, and we're looking back. He didn't have that benefit at the time. Just like I don't have that same benefit of looking back into things when I'm making choices every day.
Right.
And I have a way that I want to be in life. Like I have a goal of where I want to go. And I will sometimes make choices that aren't in alignment with who I'm committed to being. And
say more about that.
Well, let's say I'm committed to being a very healthy, active man with good energy. And instead of eating healthy, I choose to eat fast food or choose to eat a sugary, sweet dessert instead. And I know that's not the right thing for me, right?
Because you're committed to being this over here, and this just comes along, which veers you.
It's a short-term satisfaction, the same as Esau's. Esau had a short-term satisfaction. He ate this bread and soup and got up and left. And I imagine he was probably hungry again in 12 hours or 8 hours.
Right.
Like I am.
And I just heard God say, like, where do you do that in your life? And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a no wonder I never get to the goals like that I have for my health and my body. And it's because that thing comes along and I am more interested in that short-term satisfaction or like pleasure that I get, because I've come to realize, like, for me, it's food and my health. You may have your own subject of what we're talking about here, but for me, I love sweet, sugary foods and I get really addicted to them very fast. And so if like right now, we've been fasting sugar the whole month and I feel amazing. But when we're not fasting and that cookie is sitting in my freezer from my birthday that I haven't got to eat yet, and I see it constantly, it's like I am always like, I would love to just experience that, satisfaction of that sweet taste. And I give up because I do that. And then I do that again. And then I do that again. I give up like what I actually want for my health and my life for that.
Yeah.
And I do it with money too. And I used, like, looking back over my life, that used to be a really huge issue for me. Is I would get this dopamine experience, which obviously we don't realize that's happening. But when you crave something in life, whether it be sugar or shopping, or like you can put anything in there, when you crave that, your brain is saying, hey, we need that dopamine fix because it feels good. It's like getting a hug from somebody that it makes you happy. And we are so unhappy in life and I say we, but I'm going to speak for myself. I find that I am looking for that happiness or that satisfaction all around me.
Yes.
And what I really heard God say was, for this month, I want you to be just satisfied with me. And I was like, that sounds awesome. I am all in. And what I found myself doing is I would eat dinner and I'm full. I'm good. And yet I'm still looking for that satisfaction. I'm like,
me too.
It was good. It was yummy. And just,
where's the cookie?
That little sweet ending would just like be so satisfying. Do you do that? I just saw that I was doing that. And because we weren't eating sugar, I was like, well, I don't have an option of what I could do. So I would look for healthy ways to satisfy that desire. But I've really been just looking at when that desire comes along, like, why can't I be 100% satisfied in the Lord and Him giving me that satisfaction? And so it's been so awesome over the month as I've recognized that showing up and how I've like drawn closer to God and in prayer, and we've just seen like so many answers to prayer and just like God's hands in everything. And like we literally haven't been working on the noble marriage all month because we really wanted to dedicate the whole month to just being in God's presence and allowing Him to do a huge work in our lives.
Yeah.
It's been so exciting.
And I'm curious, as you were talking, I'm curious, like, what are your Esau moments? What are the moments that you find you will give up who it is you're committed to being and making a choice that's not in alignment with that for a short-term gain? Like, where do you find yourself doing that? And it might have to do with like getting online and doing something. It
Mm-hmm.
might have to do with the shopping, or it might have to do with alcohol or drugs or
Pornography. I mean,
Yep.
it can be anything that you're looking for satisfaction in. We never will find true satisfaction because that really comes from the Lord.
yeah, outside of God. And so really like diving in and looking into your own life. Where do I do that?
And make just small adjustments in your life. I feel like anytime we are like one extreme or the other, I'm gonna not shop at all, or I'm gonna not eat sugar ever. When we're really extreme with things, it makes it really, really hard to
There's
maintain.
a lot of willpower that has to be in there.
Yes, you have to have a lot of willpower, which I know I can do, but then it's not a lifestyle. And what I really was recognizing, the reason I always fall back and end up getting addicted to sugar again is because I allow those small little things to come in the way of what my true goals are. And that's to be a really healthy individual inside and out. And I give that up, which is why I never reach it for a cookie. And it just has me looking at life different. And so that's what we're referring to is, what do you have in your life that is an Esau moment that now you can actually look at and have a choice? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to eat this cookie? And if I do want to do it, great, I made that choice. But so many times it's happening like subconsciously. We don't even know we're doing that. We're just giving in to all these Esau moments. And then it's like, we wonder how we got there.
Look, it might be, there's no judgment here, but it might be I'm coming home from work and I'm tired, and instead I'm just going to go through the drive-through of the local Golden
tough.
Arches. Yeah.
It's really, really hard.
It might be something like that, and it happens over and over and over, and you don't like that choice, and you still keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that might be the Esau moment.
Yeah. So small adjustments have really worked for us, and just tweaking and adjusting. And each time we're getting healthier and healthier and getting closer and closer to where we want to be.
Yeah. Lean into God. That is where your source is going to come from, and you will never be disappointed whenever we do that.
So after spending all of January just really diving into a lot of prayer and asking the Lord to show us which direction to go with the noble marriage, what we've experienced is there's a lot of different avenues of ways to take this ministry, and we really wanted God to be the one directing this. And so he has answered our prayers like abundantly in that aspect.
Very clear.
And we have got a really clear picture of what is ahead, and we are like so excited about it.
It is. And we have received 2 or 3 phone calls just in the last 2 days that have been confirmation for exactly what we're about to do. And I can't wait to share those things with you too.
Yes.
It's just been amazing.
Yes, so you're going to want to be looking for those. End of February, early March is when everything is going to come together for what's next. And so what we really need from our friends is to share our channel with other people. Because what is next, God has amazing plans around it. We already know that. And so we just need your help getting our channel out to more marriages, because we know that we are here to help marriages grow and heal and really thrive in their marriage. And so please share our channel. We are so appreciative. And that's how we're going to reach marriages all over the world.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
In today's topic, we're going to be talking about how, Travis.